In this quick how-to, I'm going to convert an Android app to data binding. This app has a single activity that reads live data from a view model and also sends user events to it. First, let's enable data binding. In the build.gradle file of your module, look for the Android block and add dataBinding enabled equals true. Press sync now and move to the XML layout. Now we can convert our regular layout to a data binding one. For that, simply put your cursor on the root element, press Alt-Enter and choose Convert to Data Binding Layout. Android Studio has wrapped our whole layout inside a new tag called Layout. It has also added, conveniently, a data section to it. Here, you declare the layout variables. You can add whatever you want, strings, data classes, or even complex view models. Let's add our main view model here. Now we can use this variable in a layout expression. It looks like this. Weather is a live data of a string, and I'm assigning it to the text attribute of a text view. This is going to make sure any updates to the live data are automatically sent to the text view. Let's now go a step further and replace the click listener as well. We can add an Android onClick attribute and assign it to a lambda expression. Now let's move on to the activity. We've done all this weathering already with layout expressions, so we can delete it. We just have to inflate the layout with data binding and add some values to the layout variables that we defined before. First, remove the SetContentview, as this is not how we inflate views in data binding. There are a couple of ways of doing this, as you will find in the documentation, but I'm going to use the one that is more similar to view binding. Using the generated class, we call Inflate on it and pass the layout inflator of the activity. With the binding object, we can assign values to the layout variables, so we assign the viewModel instance to the viewModel layout variable. And now, and this is a very common thing to forget, because we're using live data, we need to specify the lifecycle owner, so we set it to the activity itself. Note that if you're doing this from a fragment, you should instead use view lifecycle owner. Finally, we call SetContentview, passing the root property of the binding object. We can now run the app and verify that the weather is improved with a simple click.